Ask any solo or small law firm owner across the country or any attorney who lives in an eat what you kill position about what one of their greatest struggles is, and inevitably within the top two answers, they are going to say getting more clients. It's an obvious problem because it is a baked-in part of being a business. Doesn't matter if you're selling a commodity, a good, or you're operating with a service like you do with your legal services. Getting more clients is a foundation to building your practice. So what does it take to get more clients? We want to provide the answers for that. I'm Charley Mann. I'm the president and lead coach at Great Legal Marketing, having coached firms just like yours across the country in large group, small group, and one-on-one capacities for over a decade. And I want to focus this video on reviews. Reviews are exceptionally important because they have become a well-adopted way for people to make decisions about who they're going to purchase from. And reviews can help overcome a whole host of objections, such as the price objection. And I know a lot of law firms that have hourly billing or flat fee billing will deal with this exact issue. So how can you actually put that to rest? Very simply, reviews help put it to rest. Additionally, reviews are part of search engine optimization. If you want to show up higher in the Google search results, you have to have more reviews and better reviews. And frankly, the ante to play the game at this point is 20 reviews. Minimum of 20 reviews. Look, I remember over a decade ago when frankly, if you were the person with 20 reviews, you were top of the pile. Most people didn't have that. Most law firms would have 1, 2, 3 reviews. These days, you have law firms that have hundreds of reviews as your competitors. And if you even want to show up, you need 20 good reviews. So let's say you're lingering right now around 6 reviews, maybe a dozen. And you want to get to that 20, but you don't even just want to get to that 20. You want to get to 50. You want to get to 100 reviews. And truly, if you want to see magnification, 50, then 100 is where you see the most magnification for your practice. I should share, even before we go into how to get these reviews, a little interesting tidbit. You should hope that you get a 1-star review. Not early on, not at all early on. You don't want to tank yourself down from a 5.0 to a 4.0. But based on click rates and natural human behavior, people look at 4.9 as actually being the ideal. More people click through on 4.9 reviewed businesses than they do on 5.0. Simply because 4.9 seems more real. Not everything can be perfect. The service you provide can't be perfect. Now, it's not so extraordinarily high of an advantage that you should go out right now and force yourself into a 4.9 or even a 4.8 level of reviews. But just know that if you are a 4.6 or better, you are right where you need to be. It's in the low 4s that we start losing advantage in the marketplace, where even if you have an increased quantity of reviews, the 4.2 average versus someone who has half as many reviews as you but has a 4.8 average, you are much more likely to lose out to that person who has the 4.8. So we do want quality reviews. Now, most of the time when I ask law firm owners, when are you asking for reviews? They inevitably say what I would guess is on your mind right now, which is at the end of a case or when they sign the documents with us. So, successful resolution, personal injury case. Here's your check. Would you leave us a review? What do they say? The client always says yes. So why aren't you getting that review? Well, for 2 reasons. First off, you're asking at the wrong time. And second off, you're not making it easy enough for them to leave a review. These are really important considerations. If I want to, and I do, by the way, if I want to expand your ability to get more reviews, the first thing I have to do is expand your modality of when you can get reviews. Because you don't have to wait for a case to end to get the review. A critical component of the ethics rules governing reviews is that clients are expected to review accurately what they have experienced. So, if someone hasn't hired you to be their attorney, you shouldn't be asking them to leave a review about, hey, you're the best attorney who gets great results, because they haven't experienced that, have they? But if they have talked with someone at your firm, had a really great conversation, and was impressed with the customer service, they can leave a review about that. Someone picked up the phone, the staff was really friendly, they made it easy for me to schedule an appointment. I really appreciate that. One of the revolutionary things that Ben Glass has done with the way that he gets reviews is when he asks people about reviews, he says, hey, most people in these situations just want to know that we're easy to talk to. Was that your experience? Client says yes, or the person who's at the appointment says yes. Would you mind sharing just a little bit about your experience on Google for me? They say yes. Great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an email right after we end here within about an hour that'll have a summary of what we've discussed here and a link directly to Google to leave that review. Your review will be really helpful, not just to us, but for the other people searching for an attorney. You may want to rewind the video and kind of write down and copy what I just said, because I gave you a whole playbook on how to get more reviews for your practice just by moving you into a different time slot in their lives. Because look, when someone is being handed a multi-$1,000 check, when someone has finished signing their estate planning paperwork, when they just got the verdict from the judge or jury, that is an emotional peak for them, for themselves. And they want to celebrate that. They have other things to do, frankly, besides leave you a review. And even though they are well-intentioned and they do mean to leave you a review, it just gets forgotten. Additionally, the simple act of having to go back online, look for the name of your business, the Google review space, and put in the review is just a few extra hurdles you don't need to have in place for them. Make it as easy as possible. When you send the email that I mentioned earlier to them, you need a direct link to your profile. Don't have it be a link to a search for your business. Don't tell them to search for your business and leave a review. Give them as direct a link as possible to your Google business profile. That way, all they have to do is click write a review and they can input that information right away. Seamless, 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 seamless. No extra steps. As much as possible, we are removing the work for them in getting reviews. And then go back and review the scripting that I had earlier where we're priming them and we're telling them, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to send you an email. It's going to have a link to the review. You'll fill it out right away and get it taken care of. All of that is what we call priming. And it means that they have directions on what they're supposed to expect and what they're supposed to do when those expectations have been met. And they agree with you on those expectations. So we change the timing of when we ask for the review, and we make it easier for them to leave the review. By doing those two things, we can increase your reviews dramatically. I had a long time private client of mine before he tragically passed away, who worked his tail off getting more reviews for his practice. And he went back to past clients from years ago and sent them personal messages and was steadily adding more reviews. I mean, he added 60, 70 reviews in a matter of months to his law firm, going from low double digits to where he was headed to getting over 100 reviews. And all it was just following the process. Reach out, give them a reason to respond, make it easy to respond. That's like marketing advice in and of itself. And by getting more reviews, you will see a boost in your search engine optimization. By the way, one of the best things for your reviews are what we would call a keyword-rich review. So one of the qualities that you can encourage people to add is encourage them to say, let people know you were searching for a personal injury or a car accident or an estate planning or a bankruptcy or whatever your practice area is, lawyer, because that will populate the keyword profile for your business profile, meaning you're more likely to show up in inquiries or queries in Google, the searches, the common parlance, the searches in Google that use that language. So if most of your reviews reference the estate planning work that you do, or the wills, trusts, etc. that you do, or the special Medicaid planning that you do, all focusing on estate planning there, then when people search for that information, you're more likely to show up at the top because you have the most reviews stacked up with those keywords, and Google sees that level of precision. It's really valuable to Google. That's what those reviews do for Google, is it provides them value for their searchers. And they're always thinking critically about how do they get more value to their searchers. Google is obsessed with staying number one. And you're doing your part in essentially keeping them number one. It's a deal with the devil, but it's a deal worth making for your law firm. Then you can also use those reviews in other places. Put those in print materials, print them off and put them on posters in your office. There are all kinds of ways for you to share the love that's been given to your practice, and do more than just have reviews on Google, like I just said. Put them in other places. Put them to use for you in many other ways. And just remember, ask earlier and make it super easy. When you follow those two simple steps, you will get more reviews. And I will throw in a bonus here. Be persistent. You may go through a period of time where 75% of people who tell you that they're going to leave a review don't leave a review. You're playing for the 25%. Stop playing for the 75% and play just for the 25%. 75%, they are well-intentioned, but the 25%, those are your real fans, your real followers, your real evangelists in the community anyways. And you're focused on getting them to take action by asking. Okay? Follow that simple advice and you can get a lot done in your practice. Now, if you want to see how to take this review system and go even farther with it and massively accelerate the process, we have programs specifically on how to get more reviews within our coaching program. So those are the Hero and Icon programs for 6- and 7-figure law firms who are scaling up their businesses through better marketing, management, and personal development for you as the leader of your practice. If you want access to these types of resources, if you want an ongoing coaching program in your life, whether large group, small group, or one-on-one, go to greatlegalmarketing.com to find out which program is the right one for you and your law firm to grow and develop a practice that brings you health, wealth, and best of all, true happiness.